Hey folks, welcome to the Tactical Dad podcast. I'm your host, Matthew Cook, and I am the Tactical Dad. In this episode 37, 38, shoot, I forgot what number it is. We're going to talk about parallax. So we're still on the same theme with optics and sights and scopes, and what you'll come across on specification sheets, or when you're looking at different optics and scopes, is you'll come across parallax. And if you're anything like I was, you'll be like, what does that mean? And then some will say parallax free at certain at yards, and then it'll tell you the number of yards that it's parallax free. And then like, what exactly is parallax? What does it mean? So I'm going to tell you just in short and briefly. I'm not going to go too in depth with it, simply because I'm not an expert yet. So I don't know all of this like an expert would. So parallax, what is scope sight parallax? Parallax is an inconsistency in the view that you see when you look down the rifle scope. It causes the crosshair to move across the target when you shift your eye position. This means the reticle will not accurately reflect where your rifle is pointing. This is, they say that it's only really a problem with higher magnification scopes, but it's much more noticeable the higher the magnification. And since the amount of parallax with the scope is variable depending on the distance of the target to you as the shooter, it's important to ensure that you're always compensating for and adjusting for parallax. So, if we're talking red dot sights, which, you know, might not be a red dot, might be a green dot, might not be an actual dot, might be some other sort of reticle. We don't know, as we discussed in previous podcasts. You'll find that with these types of sights and scopes that are designed and made for closer range shooting, for short to medium distance, that they'll have a parallax free at X number of yards. And all that means is that the optic has been designed to eliminate or greatly reduce the effect of parallax at that distance. For example, our tube style red dot scope sight is parallax free at 20 yards. So all that's saying is that it's been designed to eliminate or at least significantly reduce the effect of parallax at that distance. So this means that the reticle in the optic will remain aligned with the target at a distance of 20 yards, regardless of the user's head position behind the sight. So that's what that means, basically. In a nutshell, that's parallax. It is an optical effect that occurs. This is directly from my notes I wrote down. So parallax is an optical effect that occurs when the point of aim and the point of impact are not aligned, resulting in an inaccurate shot. In optics for guns, firearms, parallax is caused by the misalignment of the reticle and the target as the user's head, so you as the shooter, your head moves behind the sight. More noticeable in longer distances. So yeah, that is parallax, and it is super important to be aware of and to adjust and adapt to. That is all from me on parallax today. We'll talk more about it, and no doubt I'll start to build some opinions on it the more I actually experience it when I start to do some long range precision rifle shooting. Thanks for joining me. I'll speak to you soon. Goodbye.